Start. You jolt awake as the bus hits a particularly nasty bump. You feel like you'd only just managed to start drifting off, and now here you are, awake again and still exhausted. For a moment, you're hazy on the details of where exactly here is, confusing this bus with the many others that came before it. But as your mind continues to reassert its existence in the waking world, the past few days come back into focus. The long-lost cousin, the bad news, the 26 hours of bus rides with countless late-night stops in seedy depots that felt unsafe even in the middle of the day. You wouldn't normally find yourself traveling like this, but your cousin bought the tickets. The funeral of her mother, your aunt, seemed like something you shouldn't ignore, even considering your own late mother's rocky relationship with this side of the family. Fortunately, the end of your long journey is in sight. You're almost in Scarlet Hollow. Stranger, so anyway, as I was saying. Oh no. He's still here. He's been sitting next to you for the past 5 hours, talking at you without pause. You're not even sure he stopped when you started to doze off. At first you thought he was just being friendly, but that was several hours of one-sided conversation ago. Stranger, I was up in Maryland, looking for work but mostly messing around because I was a dumb teen. Stranger, and me and my buddies were doing our usual prank stuff, you know, pushing joggers into the harbor, that sort of thing. Stranger. Stranger. Remain silent. You do your best to keep a blank face. Waking up, and, by extension, accidentally giving him permission to keep talking to you, was a mistake. Stranger, so this girl comes up to us, swinging her purse, yelling about how she was gonna call the cops or whatever. It was hilarious. Stranger, she actually hit my friend and he said it hurt a lot, so I guess she really was mad, though, and not just playing dot. Stranger, but she kept swinging, and she was getting closer and closer to the edge, so soon enough, she lost her balance and fell into the harbor all on her own. We didn't even have to push her. Stranger, we had a good laugh. But we fished her out, and her phone got soaked so she couldn't call the cops on us. We wound up hanging out all day. Stranger, she kind of became my girlfriend after that, and we've been on and off for about a year. So it's pretty serious. Stranger, though about 5 months ago she tried to break up with me, like, for real, and geez, you ever just get so mad you just like, wanna kill somebody? Stranger. Activate. Oh yeah, I never feel that way, no. Monster, I have never wanted to kill anyone. Stranger, you're young. You'll get it when somebody tries to break your heart one day. It changes a person. Makes them think things they never thought they could. Stranger, I honestly could have killed that woman. Stranger, anyway, she's giving birth to our son right now, so I'm trying to get up to Virginia to be there for it. Stranger, but I don't know if I'm like, into that stuff, so I might just wind up on a bus to New York or something instead. I've always wanted to go there. Stranger. Smart move. Get out while you still can. Haha, that's interesting. Monster, haha wow. That's neat. Please let this man get off the bus soon, you think. You're not sure where he could possibly take this conversation next, but you definitely don't want to find out. Stranger, yeah. People tell me I lead an interesting life. Stranger, but I don't know, I'm just going with the flow. Maybe other folks don't do that enough. Stranger, anyways. Where'd you say you were headed? Stranger. Scarlet Hollow. Monster, Scarlet Hollow. Stranger, oh, the holler, huh. That's what they call the hollows up in the mountains, you know. Stranger, I had a couple of buddies who went up there to work in the mine. There's a coal mine up in the holler, YC, and there's always a job listing or two on the boards around here. Stranger, IBE never wanted to do that kind of thing myself. I like my lungs the way they are, thanks, but my buddies got desperate enough to try it. Stranger, I haven't heard from them in a while, now that I think about it. I should see if they're on Facebook. See how they're doing up there. Stranger, hope they didn't die. He looks back at his phone, for once focused on something other than you. Stranger, oh, this is me. It was lovely meeting you. Hope you don't get too bored without me around to talk to. Stranger, here, I have something for you. The stranger rifles through his pack before presenting you with a dripping bag of peanuts. Stranger, they reboiled peanuts. I got 'em at a gas station a few buses back. I noticed you haven't eaten much, so I figured you could use 'em more than me. Stranger, plus, they dripped all over my bag, so I don't want to carry them anymore. Stranger. Nice. I love boiled peanuts. You take the boiled peanuts. Monster, nice. I love boiled peanuts. Stranger, glad they're going to a good home. Stranger, and with that, I leave you. Safe travels, friend. And just like that, the stranger is gone. Maybe you can finally get some sleep. Bus driver, next stop, Scarlet Hollow, end of the line. Almost there. The bus finally comes to a stop, its brakes squealing as it deposits you in front of the Scarlet Hollow bus station. Well, the sign reads bus station, but calling it that feels disingenuous. At best, it's a kiosk. Though for a small town like this, you're amazed there's so much as a road, let alone a bus that drives on it every week. Hey, monster. You instantly recognize the worn young woman from the few public photos on her Facebook page. She's your cousin, Tabitha, and she looks annoyed to be here. Hey, Tabitha. Monster, hey, Tabitha. Tabitha, come on, let's get back to the estate. I don't want to spend any more time down here than I have to. Your cousin turns and motions to an old BMW parked near the bus kiosk. You follow her, clambering into the dusty relic. It doesn't take much driving before the only signs of civilization are the car you're in and the road you're on. Tabitha maintains an icy silence as she focuses on the road. Tip: dialogue options labeled Explore can usually be taken without advancing the story. They can impact relationships and unlock additional story paths, so choose carefully. Explore: I guess we're both members of the Dead Moms Club now, huh? Monster: I guess we're both members of the Dead Moms Club now, huh? Your cousin turns to stare at you, an icy hatred in her eyes. Maybe this would have worked to ease the tension if she were someone else, but she isn't. She turns back to the road, her expression cold and unforgiving. Explore: how are you holding up? Explore: have we ever actually met? Monster: have we ever actually met before? I'm pretty sure this is the first time, right? Tabitha: yep. You have your mom to thank for that. Or had, I guess. Tabitha: is there bad blood between us? Monster: I am sorry, but, is there bad blood between us? All I know is my mom left and she was mad at this side of the family. But I don't know much besides that. Your cousin stares ahead, her expression icy. Explore: how are you holding up? Explore: so, the funeral. Monster: so, the funeral. It's on Sunday, right? Tabitha: yep. Like I told you. Remain silent. Need any help planning? Monster: do you need any help planning? If you ever need help with errands or scheduling, feel free to ask. I know this stuff isn't easy. Tabitha: it's actually been fine. Just needed the coffin and somebody to dig a hole. Tabitha stares straight ahead, her expression tense and icy. Remain silent. You decide to sit in silence with your cousin as the car eases up the steep mountain road. And here it is. The Scarlet Estate. The old family homestead. Though it's seen better days, its crumbling elegance is not lost on you, someone used to dingy apartments in gray cities. Your mother told you about this place many times before she passed, always with an anger burning underneath her words. The faded majesty you once imagined doesn't quite compare with what's in front of you, a jarring blend of opulence and ruin. As you stare at it perched on the crumbling cliffside, you can't help but feel like it's something that should have been left to rot a long, long time ago. As soon as you enter, you're hit with a blast of dusty air. Everything in this room has been here for much longer than you've been alive, each object cemented in place with layers of dust and cobwebs. You can hear doors creak on their hinges and the aches and moans of ancient floorboards as the house itself sways in the wind. Tabitha, welcome to our family's humble estate. Tabitha, unfortunately, due to the current state of the house, only a few rooms will be safely accessible during your stay. Tabitha, I wouldn't go wandering anywhere else if you value your limbs, the floors have been known to give out. Tabitha, if you know what's good for you, you'll stick to your room, your bathroom, and the kitchen. And hallways, I guess. Tabitha, but only the hallways you need to use to get to those places. Tabitha, I'll show you around so you know where it's safe to walk. You can leave your bags here for the time being. Tabitha. Activate. Book smart, complement the architecture. Monster, the architecture here is breathtaking. Gothic revival reminiscent of Andrew Jackson Downing, if I'm not mistaken. Did you know he died in a boat fire? It seems like the sort of death that wouldn't happen very often. Tabitha, color me marginally surprised. I didn't have you pegged as cultured. Tabitha, the estate was the prize jewel of this region for a long time. It's quite a magnificent piece of architecture, even now. Tabitha, shall we take our tour? Tabitha, follow me. You put your bags down and follow Tabitha through a long, dusty hallway. She delicately steps over holes and tears in the floor, and you do your best to trace her steps. Tabitha, kitchen. On Wednesdays a woman from town comes in and does the cleaning. Her name is Janie. Tabitha, I wouldn't recommend socializing with her, she'll talk your ear off. If you need any food, there's fixings for peanut butter and jelly. Tabitha, don't touch my mac and cheese or my ice cream. Those are off limits. Tabitha, oh. And you can also access the garden through here, but it's pretty wild, so I wouldn't if I were you. Tip, some, explore, options prevent you from taking others. Choose carefully. Tabitha. Activate. Explore, awesome, I love PB&J. Monster, awesome, I love PB&J. How'd you know it was one of my favorites? That smile can't be real. Tabitha, I didn't. But good for you. Tabitha. Explore, someone cleans this place. Monster, I am sorry. Someone cleans this place. Tabitha, why do you ask? Not up to your sparkling city standards. Out here in the country we know how to put up with a little dirt and grime. Tabitha. Explore, what if I want ice cream? Monster, what if I want ice cream? Tabitha, then you can buy yourself some at the general store. If you touch my stash, I will know, and there will be consequences. Tabitha. But I'm your guest. Monster, but I'm your guest. Aren't you supposed to take care of me? Tabitha, I am. Hence the PB&J fixings. That'll get you through the week. You don't need me to buy you ice cream, so I don't have to. Tabitha. Alright. What's next? Monster, alright. What's next on the tour? Tabitha, bathroom. Follow me. Monster, great. It's been hours since I've gone. As the two of you leave the kitchen, you pass by a tuxedo cat sitting on the countertop. Leave the cat be. You decide to leave the cat be and get on with the tour. You once again follow Tabitha through a long, dusty hallway. Maybe after a few nights it'll get easier to navigate these spaces, but for the time being you feel lucky to have not fallen through the floors. Tabitha, guest bathroom. Not much to show. It's a bathroom. I'll wait outside. Do what you must if you must. It is a nasty, wretched bathroom. Piles of junk sit untouched in the corners of the room, and mystery stains paint the floor. Explore, this is the worst bathroom I've ever seen. Monster, this is the worst bathroom I've ever seen. You can practically hear Tabitha roll her eyes at you from the other side of the bathroom wall. Tabitha, it'd be a lot nicer if Janie didn't have a policy about bathrooms. She cleans mine, but refuses to do more than that. So you can blame her for the state of the place. Tabitha. Can I use your bathroom instead? Monster, can I use your bathroom instead? Tabitha, no. Now hurry up and do your business so we can move on with our lives. Tabitha. Explore, who exactly uses this bathroom? Explore, wait, are you sure this toilet works? Monster, are you sure this toilet works? Tabitha, yes. Why wouldn't it? The water bills get paid. Therefore the toilet works. Now do your business so we can move on. Tabitha. Sigh. Okay. You sigh in resignation. Monster, okay. Tabitha, that's the spirit. Tabitha. Explore, who exactly uses this bathroom? Monster, who exactly? uses this bathroom. Tabitha, guests. Tabitha. Lip toilet seat. You lift the toilet seat. Bugs skitter from the bowl. Use the facilities. A toilet is a toilet. Sure, it could be cleaner. But your business needs doing, and this is as good a place as any. You do what you must and rejoin your cousin out in the hall. Tabitha, next up, guest bedroom, last stop on the tour. Follow me. You and Tabitha briefly return to the foyer before climbing the stairs and reaching the guest room. The room smells old. Dust, mildew, wood rot, it has it all. A week of sleeping in this place might give you permanent lung damage. Tabitha, this is where you'll be staying. The linens are fresh, I had Janie wash them last week. I had to endure a half-hour rant about her kid to get her to do it, so you'd better be grateful. Tabitha, the closet is full of old family stuff, so you can't hang your clothes up, but you can use the dresser. It should be empty. Tabitha. Activate. Explore, who used to sleep here? Monster, who used to sleep here? Tabitha, when? This house is almost 150 years old. Many people have slept here. And now you'll sleep here. Carrying on the fine tradition of bedrooms being slept in. Tabitha. Activate. Explore, it seems a little dusty. Monster, it seems a little. You spend a moment searching for the right word. Monster, dusty. Tabitha, wow, sorry I'm not giving you the 5-star hotel treatment you so desperately seem to need. You can dust it yourself if you care so much. Tabitha. Explore, keen eye, what's with all the boxes? Monster, what's with all the boxes? Tabitha, old family stuff. Tabitha. Oh, what kind of family stuff? Monster, what kind of family stuff? Tabitha, unimportant family stuff. Tabitha. I guess I'll start to get settled. Monster, I guess I'll start to get settled. Tabitha, follow me. I'll take you back to the foyer so you can collect your belongings. Tabitha, this concludes our tour. I'm afraid I must return to my duties, so you'll have to entertain yourself for the rest of the day. Tabitha, don't expect to see much of me. Tip, some dialogue options will open additional conversation paths, some right away, and others down the line. Tabitha. I won't keep you, but we should hang out when you get back. Explore, are you sure you're okay? Monster, hey. Are you sure you're doing okay? You seem kind of upset. Tabitha, I am fine. I just need to get back to work. Tabitha. Explore, where are you going? Monster, wait, where are you going? Tabitha, to work. Somebody has to pay the bills around here. Explore, what kind of work do you do? Monster, what kind of work do you do? Tabitha, I run the coal mine. Same as every Scarlet who came before me. Tabitha, except for you and your mom. It requires a lot of time and concentration, so I'd appreciate it if you didn't keep me for long. Viewport. Explore, I didn't know we owned a coal mine. Explore, can I come watch? Monster, can I come watch? Tabitha, what? No. The mine is dangerous and running it is difficult. I can't babysit you and do my job. Tabitha. Explore, I didn't know we owned a coal mine. That's kind of sad. Monster, don't you ever think about things you could be doing with your life that might give you a better sense of purpose than running a coal mine? Tabitha, some of us don't have that luxury of choice, monster. Tabitha, some of us had to stick around to keep the family business from crumbling, to keep this town from crumbling. Tabitha, some of us had to temper our expectations for how our lives were going to go. Tabitha, there's a simple satisfaction to getting a task done, and that's all I need. Do whatever it is you want to do while I'm gone. Tabitha, just don't do anything dumb or dangerous, not while I'm responsible for you. Tabitha. Explore, what am I supposed to do while you're gone? Monster, what am I supposed to do while you're gone? Tabitha, there's a very demanding job I should be getting back to right now that doesn't include figuring out activities for you to occupy your time with. I'm not your babysitter. Why don't you? I don't know, go walk around in town or something until you get tired. Tabitha, there are historic buildings to look at. I'm sure you'll have a great time. Tabitha. Explore, can you take me into town? Explore, are you sure you can't take the day off? Monster, are you sure you can't take the day off? It's a special occasion, your cousin's in town. Tabitha, no. Some of us have responsibilities. Tabitha. If you think about it, isn't family the greatest responsibility of them all? Monster, if you think about it, though, isn't the greatest responsibility of all taking care of your family? Tabitha, ha. That's rich coming from someone whose mother abandoned us because she didn't want to run the family business. Tabitha, and now, here I am, the only person left to manage the estate, and here you are, asking to take me away from my duties to hang out with you. Tabitha, I am going back to work. Stay here, go into town, do whatever you want. Just keep out of trouble. Tabitha. Explore, book smart, is there a library in the estate? Monster, is there a library I could check out here? I couldn't fit too many books in my bag and I'm not sure what else I should do with my time. Tabitha, there is, but as I said earlier, most of this building is off limits. Tabitha, and the library is in the West Wing, which is extra off limits. You're better off heading into town, I'm pretty sure there's a library there. Tabitha. I won't keep you, but we should hang out when you get back. Explore, can you take me into town? Monster, do you think you could take me to town before you leave? Tabitha, no. It's just down the hill, you can walk there yourself. Tabitha. I won't keep you, but we should hang out when you get back. Monster, alright, I won't keep you, but we should hang out when you get back. Tabitha, we'll see. There's a lot that needs to get done this week. Your cousin leaves through the front door. And now it's just you. You and this sprawling, decrepit estate. Explore, go straight to the forbidden wings of the estate. With Tabitha gone, there's no one stopping you from going into the forbidden wings of the estate. You immediately try the nearest door, only to be impeded by a lock. Explore, a PB&J sounds great right now. Explore, settle into your room. Now that your cousin is gone, the aches and pains of your journey sink into your bones. You stumble back up the stairs to your room, suitcase in tow, eager to unwind before you face the rest of the day. You stand at the entrance to your room. Explore, check the closet. Explore, examine the painting on the wall. This must be an old relative of yours. Very old, judging by the dates on the inscription. You've never heard of her, but you'd barely heard anything about your aunt and cousin until a week ago, so that's not really a surprise. Maybe you could ask Tabitha about this Mary Belle Scarlet the next time you see her. That is, if she's actually in the mood for conversation. Explore, put your spare clothes in the dresser. You drag your suitcase over to the dresser and open the bottom drawer. An opossum lurks within. It is quiet, but angry. Oh, pardon me. Item, offer it your boiled peanuts. Put Item, offer it your boiled peanuts. View. Item, offer it your boiled peanuts. You hold out your still dripping bag of boiled peanuts. The opossum hisses in disgust, stiffens and begins to drool, feigning death. You close the drawer. You might as well leave it be. You open the top drawer next. It's empty, as good a place as you'll find to put your clothes. Based on the state of the house, you wonder if you'd have been better off keeping your clothes in your nice, clean bag, but there's no going back now. Explore, take a nap. You've earned it. Explore, look out the window. You can only imagine how beautiful the garden must have been in its heyday. If you owned this place, you'd totally get out there with a shovel and some gardening gloves and whip it into shape. You'd go out and pull weeds, chop trees, carve topiaries, and do whatever you needed to do to return it to its former glory. And once it was all done, you'd sit by the fountain, which of course would have a little goldfish in it, and drink a floral tea while enjoying the birdsong. Yeah. You'd definitely do that. Just not right now. Explore, take a nap. You've earned it. You immediately collapse onto the bed. You're tired enough that being alone in a strange new place won't stop you from passing out. Or so you thought. You cough as a small cloud of dust rises up from the mattress. These sheets might be fresh, but everything beneath them might have been around to see the dawn of civilization. You try to settle in, but the bed is lumpy in strange places, and you can feel the springs pressing through the fabric. You might be tired, but you're far from tired enough to get in more than a few minutes of uncomfortable napping. Explore, check the closet. You can see why your cousin said you should put your clothes in the dresser instead of this closet. There must be decades of family history stacked up in here. Pick up the doll. Of course you're sharing a room with a creepy doll. You pick it up to examine it more closely. Its tag reads "Property of Alexandra." No need to carry this around with you. You close the closet behind you. That's enough. It doesn't seem like there's much else for you to do here right now. Explore, a PB&J sounds great right now. You haven't had anything to eat all day. The only things louder than your stomach right now are the creaks and moans of this ancient place. A PB&J sounds exactly like what you need to take on the rest of the day. You head to the kitchen. You're back in the kitchen, ready to craft a beautiful peanut butter and jelly sandwich. It's a daunting task, given the state of the place, but the aggressive growls of your stomach outweigh your fear of food poisoning. To get started, you'll probably need to find some peanut butter, some jelly, bread, plates, and a knife. Explore, approach the cat. Activate. Explore, search the pantry. Tabitha sure loves her mac and cheese. Explore, keen eye, look closer. You squint into the darkness of the pantry. Behind the molded bread, a single book lies forgotten, a thin layer of dust collected on its cover. You pick it up. You flip to a bookmarked page. Both calf's brain and aspic are unappetizing enough on their own, and you can only imagine how vile the combination of the two would be. What kind of person would call this their favorite food? No wonder your mom ran far, far away from this place. You shut the book and put it back in its place. Explore, take mac and cheese. You take a box of Tabitha's mac and cheese. You can't say you've ever seen the brand before. Cook it for yourself. Empty the box and stuff it with the dead mouse on the shelf. You aren't sure what force of chaos compelled you to do this, but it's done. You close the box and tuck it far back behind the others. Explore, take bread. You pick up one of the non-moldy loaves of bread. Great. One step closer to a satisfying snack. All you need now is a plate, a knife, and the PB&J itself. Explore, take peanut butter. The king of nut butters. And only 3% of each jar is mashed up cockroaches. All you need now is some jelly, a plate, and a knife. Close the pantry. You close the pantry door as best as you can and turn back to the rest of the kitchen. Explore, search the pantry. Explore, search the cabinets. This cabinet must be where Tabitha keeps the dishware and, oddly enough, the utensils. Explore, grab a plate and a butter knife. You grab a plate and a butter knife. All you need now is some jelly. Explore, grab a bowl. You reach for the bowl, but as you pull it down, a blend of vinegar and dead moths splashes onto you, immediately staining your shirt. On the back on the bowl is a note that reads, "Moth trap, do not touch." Whoops. Your shirt is now unpleasantly wet. You'll probably change into something clean before you leave the house. Explore, examine the shot glass. It reads, "I survived Deb's 50th. Your aunt's name was Pearl Ann, so this wasn't from her 50th. From the few stories you'd heard from your mom, Pearl Ann wasn't the type to have kitschy friends who gave out themed shot glasses at their birthday parties." Keen eye, maybe it belongs to Janie. You imagine she might need an alcoholic beverage to get through cleaning this place, especially with Tabitha's sour face peering over her shoulder. Explore, examine the mug. It reads, "I was blown away at Blowing Rock, NC. So your aunt and cousin actually traveled sometimes. Even if it was only a few hours from the estate. Maybe you can route your return trip through Blowing Rock. It might be nice to see the local sights before heading home." You close the cabinet and look back to the rest of the kitchen. Explore, search the fridge. As you approach the fridge, your eyes catch a note taped to the door reading, "Janie, stay out," in all caps. Below it, in separate handwriting, are the words, "Okie dokie." You open the fridge. You already feel a deep urge to wash your hands even though you have yet to touch anything other than the handle. Explore, take jelly. You reach for one of the unopened jars of grape jelly, carefully checking its expiration date. You breathe a sigh of relief when you realize it's recent. This was either purchased specifically for you, or jelly is one of the few things in this kitchen Tabitha actually uses. This is the last ingredient you needed to make your PB&J. Time to close this fridge and get to work. Explore, check mayonnaise. Explore, grab ice cream. Tabitha explicitly told me not to do this, you think to yourself as you reach for a pint of banana chocolate chunk. She'll be really mad if she finds out, your conscience warns you as you take a scoop straight from the pint and shove it into your mouth. Before you know it, half the container is empty. Eat the rest and bury the container in the bottom of the trash. There's only one way to fix this. Though you're already a little full, you dive back into the ice cream until the entire pint is empty. You then squash the container into a ball, trying to make it as unrecognizable as possible, before jamming it as far down into the trash bin as you can. Out of sight, out of mind. You return to the fridge, your guilt already subsiding. Explore, check mayonnaise. You know you probably shouldn't, but a part of you has to know how old that mayonnaise is. You pick up the jar, its label flaking in your hand. It expired 10 years ago. This jar of mayonnaise is old enough to graduate the 5th grade. Best to put it back and forget you ever saw it. Close, explore, open old takeout. Why did you do that? What were you expecting? This takeout container is disgusting beyond words, a liquefied mess wholly congealed in its styrofoam shell. You can't even tell what it used to be. This substance doesn't just smell bad. It smells ancient. Eat it? What is wrong with me? What kind of horrible goblin would do this? You think to yourself as you dip your hands into the goop. It's thicker than expected. Almost spongy. You scoop some up into your wretched claw of a hand and slowly bring it towards your mouth, allowing its musk to permeate your senses before the slime fills your mouth. It tastes like rot. Like the smell of decaying mulch and burning leaves and fish heads festering on the beach. It feels even worse, like your mouth is full of slugs. You can almost feel it writhing in there, though perhaps that's just your own tongue convulsing in disgust at what you've done. Swallow it. You swallow the slime. You've done it and there's no going back now. It slid down your throat like a mass of wriggling worms. Your gag reflex tries to reject it one final time before it passes into your stomach, but your will is stronger. A layer of waxy residue now coats the inside of your mouth and throat, and your teeth squeak with a slippery film, making it impossible to forget what you've done. You have a feeling that the consequences for this action will be severe. A problem for future you to worry about. Close the fridge. You return to the kitchen, closing the fridge behind you. Explore, approach the cat. As you approach the cat, you can faintly make out the name Frou Frou on her tag. She hisses as you draw near, but remains firmly in place. This is clearly Frou Frou's spot on the counter. Back away. You back away from Frou Frou, trying not to make any sudden movements. Activate. Explore, check out the garden. This garden was reclaimed by the wilderness long ago. You don't think you want to go out there after all. Are you even up to date on your tetanus shots? Return to the kitchen. You close the door behind you and return to the kitchen. Make that PB&J. Even though you've already eaten at least half a pint of ice cream, your ravenous form quickly sets to work making a PB&J. All of that hassle, and it took you less than a minute to eat? The rest of the day lies in front of you. You're done here. Congratulations. You've eaten and have a full day ahead of you. What do you want to do next? Might as well head to town. There's not much left for you to do here other than head out and explore the town. You do just that. If you'd have known you'd wind up having to walk all the way back to town, you probably would have just asked Tabitha to leave you at the bus stop. Especially with how unhappy she seemed to see you. If only you could wipe the slate between the two of you clean and bury some of the tension. Though maybe her mother's funeral isn't the best time for something like that. Then again, maybe it's the perfect time. Continue down the path. It's really pretty out here, but your serenity is quickly overcome by a sudden urge to puke. The slime wants out. Puke. You listen to your body's natural urges and puke into the woods. A horrific projectile vomits the likes of which you've never before experienced drenches the nearby foliage, but finally, you feel at peace. You pop a piece of gum into your mouth to freshen up before continuing down the path. At least you did this in the privacy of the woods instead of right in front of someone you just met. Finally, you made it back to town.